Hello, I am not okay. And I feel like I need to talk to someone about how not okay I am. What is up, you guys? It's Nita back again with another video, and today we are going to be talking about this thing that I found. So I found a thing, and you've read the title of this video. I'm sorry, thing. I keep calling it a thing. It's a book. It is an audiobook, a fictional telling of of okay, have we seen Sex Education? The character who plays Lily on Sex Education, the kink of hers, that specific kink.
Let's do this, you cosmic hunk.
We're talking about that today. Alien smut, otherworldly intercourse, extraterrestrial testicle. Before we get into this video, I would like to preface this by saying that it's been a hard year for everybody. It's been a really hard year. Sometimes I like to use fiction as a form of escape. When I came across this on Spotify, it's on Spotify, by the way. When I came across this, I thought, this is perfect. This is right up my alley. So I'm gonna try to get as detailed as I possibly can without being like super explicit. Series Alien Mate Index by Evangeline Anderson. You can find this on Spotify. I will link it in the description below. I found this on Spotify. It's free. The first book in the series is titled Abducted, and it's about this girl named Zoe. I'm gonna read you the summary. My name is Zoe McKinley. I have a boring life, an awful job, and a boss that throws staplers at my head. This already sounds like a roller coaster. We love it. What could be worse? How about being abducted by aliens? Ooh, being dragged through a mirror naked and screaming, because of course she has to be naked. Finding out I was being sold to a huge alien who looked like the devil was worse. And then they go on to talk about galaxies, robot butlers, nibs, Saccharot, Sardin. That's the name of the main alien dude. So it's Zoe and Sardin. My synopsis: they're going on an adventure to find Sardin's sister. They have to get Sardin's sister back because Sardin's sister is actually supposed to be the queen of Elohim. That's where it is. Supposed to be the queen of Elohim. They kidnapped her. Sardin has to get her back. It's a whole thing. And of course, over the course of their adventures, Sardin and Zoe start to connect, and debauchery ensues. So story starts off with Zoe narrating a day in her life. She's working as a paralegal, I think. She doesn't like it. She hates her boss. He throws staplers at her head.
Because I had stapled his papers in the top left-hand corner instead of putting the staple right in the middle where he preferred it.
You know, the usual. So I think she goes, I don't remember exactly what happened, I suck, but I think he throws a stapler at her head, and she like retreats into the bathroom to collect herself, and she's on the phone with her best friends Charlotte and Leah, who just so happen to be the protagonists of book 3 and book 2. She's on the phone with her best friends when she hears this loud like trumpet. She describes it as like a trumpet noise. So she comes out of the bathroom stall and she's looking towards the mirror because that's where the sound is coming from. She notices that the mirror starts to like blur and form these weird ripples. So she gets closer to it, almost like she's possessed, and then she gets sucked into the mirror. She's abducted. She wakes up naked and afraid on an alien spaceship, and there are aliens talking about selling her as basically like a mail order bride. So the title of the series, Alien Mate Index, is what these little blue worm looking thing aliens call their operation. They use the Alien Mate Index, or the AMI, to spy on and abduct human girls as mail order brides for rich alien men. That's basically the premise. I'm trying to go off of what I remember. I think shortly after she realizes, or they tell her what the AMI is, she meets Sardin, who is the alien that bought her, but he didn't buy her to be his wife, he bought her to use as a bargaining chip to get his sister back. What was her name? What was the sister's name? Stella. So Sarden bought Zoe to use as a bargaining chip to get Stella back. Stella got kidnapped by this guy, Tazax, who basically wanted her because he collects like rare alien women for his weird zoo type situation. So he kidnaps Stella, you know, her being the up and coming queen of Elam. So the whole thing is like Sarden bought Zoe to give to Tazax to trade for Stella. And on their way to Tazax, Sarden and Zoe end up kind of like falling for each other. Not in love though. I think it's more like a lust type situation, but they end up getting closer. So like over the course of this journey and Zoe explaining earth concepts to Sarden and Sarden being big and manly, they end up falling for each other. Oh, I also forgot to mention that Zoe is apparently this thing called a Latizal, which means that she's a human woman who was blessed with extraordinary powers by the goddess of mercy, who is the omnipresent deity in this story. So Zoe's a Latizal. Her power is opening. Yes, it's opening, which is a stupid name for a power. Apparently she can open locks. That's a whole thing. Let's also not fail to mention that this is a raunchy romance. So Zoe is half naked most of the book. Literally the slightest inconvenience happens. Oh, I need to take all my clothes off. There's this one scene where Sarden is in disguise. He's in like a full body disguise that changes his entire like okay, Sarden, they compared Sarden to the devil, so he's red and he has horns. But he's in this full body disguise that makes him blue, I believe. He has to go meet with the guy who kidnapped his sister, him and Zoe. They have to go meet the guy who kidnapped his sister. And he's disguised as this type of alien where they greet by whipping out their man sausages.
Show what you dig out. Show what you dig out. Show what you dig out.
So Sarden whips out his equipment, and his equipment is changing color back to his usual red. And so literally the only thing that Zoe thought to do to hide the fact that his equipment was changing color was to drop down to her knees and whoop-de-doop-de-doop-de-doop. Oh god. She whoop-de-doop-de-doop-de-dooped him. They spun it like, oh well, the ladies of this species like to pleasure their males and they just can't help themselves. They do it all the time. Come to find out, the guy already knew that was Zoe and Sarden, so they just put on this big show for the guy to later be like, oh, I already knew it was you, but nice act. Okay. Oh, going back to Zoe being an opener, there was this one scene where I guess Zoe was misbehaving. Sarden told her to like chill, and she was like, no, I'm not gonna chill, you're like literally abducting me, I'm gonna like fight tooth and nail to get home. And so he was like, all right, bet, I'm just gonna handcuff you some kind of way. Oh, she had the handcuffs on. She ended up like finding a this was nighttime, they were both supposed to be asleep. She ended up finding like a bar or something, and she snuck into his bedroom, and she was literally gonna bash him in the head with the bar. And he wakes up, takes her handcuffs, and like handcuffs her to the bed. And of course he's like, okay, now I have to like assert my dominance over you. And then like he has her pinned down to the bed. Things start happening, and Zoe starts feeling something down under, and she's like, stop it. And he's like, I'm not doing anything. And she's like, yeah, you are, you're like touching me. Come to find out, the beds here on Sarden's ship have like pleasure settings, so you can hit a button on the bed and it'll turn the bed on, and the bed will do it for you, so you don't have to do it yourself. What other scenes were there? Oh my goodness. Aside from the smutty stuff, there are a bunch of other situations that had Zoe and Sarden growing closer to each other. Like example, Zoe was afraid of water. She couldn't swim. She was traumatized when she was younger, and so there was this scene where they were bathing in like this really tall like shower type situation. And he was like holding her up and bathing her. That was cute. Like, yeah, this is a smut, but this is also a happy story. So at the end, of course, they save Stella, who's supposed to be the queen. Remind you, turns out Stella doesn't want to be the queen. And she ends up giving the title over to Zoe, and now Zoe and Sardin are ruling together. The end. I feel like that was like a lot. Again, like I said it before, I really enjoyed the world building, getting to know these characters more. The thing I liked most about this book was that it just felt fresh, felt new, felt like something I haven't seen before or in a long time. If anybody here is into alien intercourse, definitely give this a listen. Or if you're into alien smut and you're into audiobooks, two very specific, I feel like very narrow fields of interest. If you're into stuff like that, give this a listen. I don't think it'll disappoint. I feel like you might want to skip around a couple places. Some parts are kind of slow, but it's pretty cool. And if you like it, there are literally two more books. Like, there's Abducted, that's the first one, and there was Evicted. What were the other two? Protected, Descended. Oh, there's another one, Severed. This was really spur of the moment, but I just felt like I've been thinking about this book, like, since I finished it, I've been thinking about it. Like, I have to share this with the world. I feel like the world needs to hear about this, you know? So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're interested, I'm gonna link them below. If you're into stuff like this, let me know. I get a lot of people like DMing me on Instagram about my videos. Like, y'all don't leave comments, y'all DM me on Instagram, and that's cool. I'm gonna leave my Instagram link in the description for sure. So anybody has any thoughts to share, definitely let me know. Anybody have any like other alien romance recommendations, I'm open to it. Leave a comment or like go DM me on Instagram, let me know. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Oh, that's cute, but let's get to the smut. So story starts off with, let's talk about it. Let me tell everybody my deep dark secrets. I'm into alien stuff. Not me being gone for like a month and then coming back with this, but you get what you get, okay?